It's KUGAN CASSIUS for IFLTV. We are Riyadh Season Fight Week, Wembley edition here at the red carpet event, or purple carpet. I'm joined by promoter Ben Shalom. How are you, mate?
Carpet. Yeah, very well, excited.
It's a bit mad all this, isn't it?
First event we're promoting at Wembley Stadium. Obviously I know we're not promoting the main event, but I'm happy to be here. I've been to I went to AJ-DUBOIS as a fan. So I'm excited. I'm really excited for the fighters. Buatsi and Denny have got a big night ahead.
For British boxing, this is a huge night. 96,000, headlined by two of our best heavyweights in the country. I know you've obviously got interests on the undercard, etc. But yeah, what a spectacle this is going to be Saturday night.
Yeah, it's huge. The way they promoted it, the way they've got all the networks together, all the promoters together. Riyadh season, it is pretty incredible. As you said, two Brits to be able to do this. I don't think there's another country in the world that can do it, and I don't think there's a better team behind it. But yeah, as you said, it's a historical moment. It really is, and as I say, I'm really excited to be here.
Absolutely. It does feel like kind of all you promoter sharks, if we can use that terminology, have been thrust in. You got your Warren Hearn and you got Ben Shalom there, mixing it up with the best.
I don't think anyone has any choice. No, I'm only messing. That was a joke. I think what it is when I was saying earlier, all promoters are actually fans of the sport, but we're also all working for networks and we all have our own businesses to run. So when someone can come in and go, don't worry about that, lads, you know, we've got a bigger vision here and we've got the finances to go with it. I think it shows that we are all fans and we all do want to make the fights, but credit has to go to His Excellency, because I'm not actually sure.
Did you tell him what Eddie said about it?
No, you tell us, Derek.
No, go on.
Eddie, come here quickly. Let's get him in. Hold on. No, Derek, you're not getting out of this.
Oh, that's it.
Where'd you get
yourself from?
Drip. You know what I mean? #1 water in the world.
The #1 water in the world. Yes.
What were you going to say? Derek.
What were you going to say?
What were you going to say, Derek?
Did you hear what Eddie said about you?
What was he saying?
So you're a sweet motherfucker.
He bottled it there.
I bottled it? Are you taking it?
I thought you were going to say something.
Okay, I'm going to say something now. So basically, Eddie and his posse think you can't really do a good job, but so far you're doing a better job.
Why are you bringing me into it? Why are you bringing me into it?
No, because you talk shit.
It's not my fault your bum's gone in front of Ben Shalom.
It's not gone, yeah. But all I'm just saying is, all I'm just saying.
Stick it on to me when I was new in the game. Stick it on him.
Stick it on me.
Eddie, come here quickly. Hold on.
It's changed. Back in the day, if I told you were soft, you'd be taking my head off.
You know what? This is what happens when you have two kids, girls. That's the problem. Girls,
You've got girls as well, so you know what's
Yeah.
Eddie, quickly. Is this false, or are you happy to be working together?
Mate, honestly, it doesn't even register on a radar. At the end of the day, you know, we've all got to look after our own business, and we're all doing very well for ourselves, the business, the sport, our broadcaster, and our fighters being involved with Riyadh season. You know, people talk about blocking people, doing this. There's no blocking. We've got to look after ourselves.
Did you block him at the start, though?
Absolutely not. No. Not at all. I don't have a say of who fights on these cards. I had to find my way into getting on these cards, and it doesn't matter who you are. If you have the fights, you're on, and if you don't, you ain't. So sometimes you might have one fight, sometimes you might have the headline, sometimes you might have 4 fights. So, you know, I think at the end of the day, you look at Golden Boy. Golden Boy now have their show. Ben's got Chris Billam-Smith on the show. Well done to Golden Boy. But it's no, like, you couldn't go to His Excellency and say, oh, don't put that person on there. It doesn't work like that.
No, that's what I was saying to you. It's good because the promoters are fans, but you all have broadcasters and you all have your own businesses to run. When someone can come and say, don't worry about any of that, that's all sorted, and then just wants to make the best fights, no one can stand in the way, and it's great.
Let me ask you a question then. At the start, obviously, when Frank was working with Eddie, did you feel there was a reluctancy for Frank and Eddie to be working with you? Did you feel that, yes or no?
Yeah, of course I did. Of course I did. But you can see why.
But there can't be a reluctancy when you kept pulling out of fights.
Yeah, you're going to do that again.
No, I'm being serious. No, the reality is.
Meow.
You know what you were doing. You know what you were doing with those fights.
We know what we were doing. We were trying to put on fights, but you kept pulling out.
Man, don't let him talk to you like that, man. Don't let him talk to you like that.
But, with all due respect, this is the kind of thing that can break that down. You know, and we hope that those fights can get made. it's one thing saying it, it's another thing doing it. But I think now you're seeing such cross-pollination from broadcasters that maybe we can do fights that make sense. In the past, he's got to provide the best product for Sky. I've got to provide the best product for DAZN. He didn't want to, in some instances, in my opinion, go into a bidding war to lose a fighter off his platform and jeopardise the quality of the stable or what he was delivering. Now, I think there's instances where Sky and DAZN might do a fight together. Look at me and Frank. We're talking about doing dual broadcasts on TNT and DAZN. Who would have ever thought that? But now you've got the chance to make those fights because he don't want to give up his fights on DAZN. And I don't really want to give up my fights to Sky. But if we're doing it together and it makes sense, there is a chance. Otherwise, you have to go to a purse bid and see who's got the biggest set of bollocks or the biggest pockets.
You have the biggest set of bollocks.
I've got a big old set of bollocks, but I've been around a long time. The difference with me, I've got no emotion. I'm cold in the game. Him and Frank.
Do you agree with what he said?
Do I agree around the purse bid situations, what he said? I think there's certain, I don't think it was just to do with broadcasters. I think it was the wrong time for Fraser Clark. I think it was the wrong time for Adam Azim. Whether they were in the same...
Dubois, Beatrice Ferreira.
Do you know what you did with that one?
No.
Dubois was ordered against Rhiannon Dixon. That fight got made, by the way. That fight got made.
And then suddenly
for
Beatrice Ferreira.
And then suddenly you threw in Beatrice
Why
Ferreira.
not fight her?
What happened to Rhiannon?
She fought for a world title.
No, you moved her around and you got the title.
A world
from
title,
Katie
and then
Taylor.
Beatrice got a world title as well. That's what we do. We manoeuvre. But Caroline could have fought Beatrice. Anyway, it's in the past.
She will fight Beatrice.
I hope she's a very good fighter.
Yeah, she will.
One question before you let you go. Ben, you as kind of, not a rookie, but you're kind of making your way still in the game. Do you respect what he's done and where he is, and him as the new kid on the block still? Do you respect what he's doing right now?
That's the wrong question.
No, it's not.
Well, it's probably a terrible question because it's come from you.
Yeah.
But what I will say is, I'll answer your question for, your first question is, does he respect me? Yeah, who wouldn't? I'm the king of the
But
game,
you respect
right?
him, though.
He doesn't. If he doesn't like me or not, that's the problem.
No.
I respect him for going out and getting that deal, right? And he is new in the game. Doesn't mean he's not doing well. I see when we were starting out in the game.
How long have you been in the game for?
I think.
How long
When
you
did
been
you
in the
start
game for?
promoting?
Answer
How
the
old were
question.
you when you started
About
promoting? No. How old did you? How old?
I
were you?
would say I was, it was 16 years ago.
No. But yeah. So
30, something like that.
30. Yeah. So he started at 30. I'm 30. That's all I would say. And I'm not.
You look a lot older than when you started.
Yeah,
you know what
I do. But I'm not. Listen, his work ethic and how long he's been in the game is obviously you've got to respect.
I have no problem with any, and honestly, like, it's all a competition. It's all a game. He went out and got that deal, and that's a big clap on the back to do that. And he's up against it, and I was up against it. There are some similarities in that respect. When I was coming into the game, like he was, it's very difficult to get things over the line. He's got a good broadcaster behind him. Good luck to him. I'm easy. I'm out. I'm cold. It's him and Frank Smith I want to see. These two are going to go out for years.
Say.
I'm done.
Hold on.
Don't worry
Let me
about
say
me.
something. But between all this backering and all this nonsense, there's only one thing you're both doing. You're making the public happy with what you produce on either on Sky or DAZN. And while you do back and forth, we enjoy it. You understand? Yeah. No, I'm not so okay. I'm not. What the fuck?
If you keep poking the bear.
Last one, Matchroom Boxer 5v5. Matchroom Boxer 5v5. Eddie,
Tell Frank Smith we're doing one.
Eddie, Matchroom Boxer 5v5.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, there were 5 fights that
We're going to do it or not?
We'll make it.
Are we going to make it?
Are you gonna lose though? You're gonna lose. Yeah.
Yeah,
You're
of
gonna
course.
lose. You're gonna lose.
You make Dalton
Here we
small.
go.
Well, you're going to make these fights. Yeah,
we'll
but you only
discuss the
shake the
fight.
hand if you're going to actually make the
We're going
fight.
to do it. We're going to do a Matchroom Boxing at 5v5
You're going to
early
do the
next
fights
year.
we want to do, though.
What fights do you want to do?
Dalton Smith against Adam Azim.
Next year, yeah.
What do you mean next year? Why can't we do it in
He's
December?
He's
fighting in October.
October the 19th.
Yeah. Okay, but you're going to
Next
do that
year.
fight
Next
after
year.
O'Hara.
Next year we'll do that
No,
fight.
you do that fight after
Listen,
O'Hara.
Next year we'll do that
Oh,
fight.
come on, Ben.
Next year. Well, who's Dalton fighting next then?
He's fighting Fernandez
When is that?
in November, and then we'll go straight into that fight. We'll shake on it now. Adam Azim, after he's fought O'Hara Davis, will stop ducking Dalton Smith and fight him next. Come on, son. Catch you later.
I have to speak to his manager.
Guys, thank you very much. Ben, this was your interview. Thank you very much. Joshua's just coming on, so we'll see what happens. Thank you.